If moving 150 minutes per week really can transform your health, in a vertical city like New York, the best place to start may be on the stairs. Think of the average staircase you might encounter in your day. It's unremarkable, probably dark and echoing, painted some kind of depressing, musty red or gray. If you were in a hurry, you might resign yourself to rushing through it. But what if instead you could take that hike through this? Would you enjoy it more? Even look forward to it? Staircases haven't always been just a way to get from one floor to the next. They were once the way to make your most fabulous entrance. For decades, such diverse staircases were not just a luxurious way to welcome guests, but could ensure your building was seen as the place where style met money. The Woolworth Building in downtown Manhattan showcased one of the city's most beautiful marble staircases, a grand introduction to the power and wealth that resided on the floors above.
Frank Woolworth wanted to have one of the most glorious buildings that money could buy, and he was one of the richest men in the world at that time, and only the finest artisans and craftsmen were hired for the building, in addition, obviously, to the finest engineering team.
But despite Woolworth's desire for old-fashioned architectural decadence, the building was actually a stage for another new feat, a miracle of engineering that would come to overshadow his grand staircase.
Well, the building was created because Otis Elevator had figured out how to create high-speed elevators. That was part of the engineering miracle that you can call this building. I mean, it was the tallest building in the world for 17 years, and it was only possible because of the high-speed elevators.
The elevator, the enemy of the grand staircase and death of the old-fashioned glamorous entrance. It wasn't how stylishly we got there anymore, but how quickly. Now there was an elevator for every mood and every purpose, so who needed the stairs?
Well, why don't you shoot me an email with a copy of
Perczak is the founder and proprietor of the Elevator Historical Society in Long Island City. He has been an elevator engineer since he was a teenager and has owned and managed 3 different major elevator companies in New York.
The first one was at the Hog and Watt department store on Broadway. I believe it's 582 Broadway.
Needless to say, he knows his stuff.
In the early 1900s, around 1905, the traction and the gearless traction machines were invented. That enabled you to go to 173 floors. Right? Or 200 floors, or 400 floors.
Thanks to our new miracle invention, we rode more and climbed less. Today, we take high-speed elevator access as a given, but it hasn't just affected our ability to make glamorous entrances. It's ruining our health. A new set of architectural recommendations known as the Active Design Guidelines hope to change the way we approach the stairs, and in turn, change our lives.
If you want to encourage people to use the stairs, you don't want to leave the stairs the way most fire stairs are now, which is dark and hard to find and so on.
David Burney is the former New York City Commissioner of Design and Construction and is largely responsible for sweeping reforms in staircase design.
If you change the doors to those stairs, the technology of glass now has improved to the point where you can have quite a lot of glass in a doorway and still be fire rated, so then at least you can see the staircase, it's not just a blank door. If you put better lighting in the stairs, if you put art in the stairs, some people even put music in the stairs. So taking the stairs becomes a more pleasant experience, and then people are more likely to use them.
Burney says if the modern staircase looks and feels more pleasant, people might start foregoing the elevator for their shorter trips between just a few floors. He sees the stairs as a renewed frontier for the creativity of architects to also consider the health of the people who use their buildings.
If you think about buildings before the invention of the elevator, from the architect's point of view, the staircase was the big opportunity, right? You come in the building, you've got 3-dimensional space, you have the sculptural quality of the staircase. So I think we'd like to bring that back, and I think it's a big opportunity for architects to say, well, let's not just, you've got to have the stairs anyway because they're a means of egress. Let's take at least one stair and make it something to celebrate.
The key for most people is finding a balance between taking elevators versus the stairs. We are never going to want to hike up 50 stories in a high-rise building, but it's both faster and healthier to walk if you're only going a few floors.
We do have a lot of strong evidence that when you open up stairs, you can measure the stair use before you take these measures, you can measure it afterwards, and it's a very significant increase in stair use.
If you take the stairs an extra 5 minutes during your workday, that adds 25 minutes of exercise to your week, which is a great start towards the 150 minutes needed for great health. So next time you need to pop up or down a few floors, take the stairs, make an old school grand entrance, and your body will thank you.